morning from the Steve McCoy Morning Show.
We must go back to yesterday. St. Patrick's Day, we thought we'd have Skippy be the leprechaun. We dressed him in green dollar bills. We took all the money out of his wallet. I guess he had about 120, 130 bucks in small denominations.
Taped
all
to his over his body with duct tape.
Yeah.
Not the masking tape.
Yeah.
This is duct tape.
So
it's lethal.
We taped it all over, sent him out to a parking lot at the OK Cafe off of the interstate, asked you all to show up, and when we gave the signal, you could brush him and tear the money off of his body. Here's what it sounded like.
My pants are around my ankles. I am in formation. Hey, hold on. Let me ask Tom Cat, how do I look? How do I look, buddy? You look like a crazy idiot, in my opinion.
Also an improvement, yes.
Are we ready to go? I think we are. Hold on. No.
Oh, don't rip the money off yet.
No false alarms in this here.
Countdown. Y'all gonna give it?
Well, yeah, I'll tell you what. You tell them to all get, they got to get an equal distance from you.
Oh my God! The money is gone. I have no hair. It's on the ground. I'm crying for my shorts. Not there. There's no dollars in there.
The women were grabbing at his shorts, the last remaining article of clothing.
Star 94 FM.
Amy Grant on Star 94 FM, Steve McCoy Morning Show, 721. Have you ever met the boss's wife?
The boss's wife?
No. Skippy's mom.
Oh, Skippy's mom.
Aren't they divorced?
They're divorced.
Okay.
In fact, I don't remember seeing her at any of the Christmas party. I think it happened long before we started working here.
Yeah, I think so. Skippy's mom is on the phone line here.
Oh, really?
And she is hacked.
This is Skippy's mother, and I want to scold you, and do not put me on air. I will have my husband to fire you both.
Yes.
What y'all did to my son.
Is this the boss's wife?
Yes, it is.
Skippy's mom?
This is Skippy's mom.
I thought y'all were divorced.
Don't put me on air.
I won't put you on air. I thought you were divorced from our boss.
That don't have anything to do with anything.
I'm sorry.
But y'all will be fired today for what you did to my poor boy.
Okay, well, all right,
hey,
nice working with you.
It's been fun, severance pays pretty good here, I hear.
Wait till Vikki comes back now.
Looks like another great day for ribs at Chili's Atlanta Brick Marketing.
Brick! 726, Star 94 FM. I got a candid phone call coming up in about 5-10 minutes, so stay with me. And I think this guy's got it all together on Skippy's issue.
I think it's a growing experience for Skippy because he's going to have money being ripped off of him all of his life.
The Atlanta Braves on Star 94 FM. Hey, Steve.
Yeah.
I want to hear one of those candid phone calls. Got one coming up?
Well, thanks for asking there, Mark. We do, as a matter of fact. That's next. Hope you like this. I usually get a lot of questions about this candid phone call from the past. Wendy, who hit a dog. And the couple, remember?
This is a good one.
The dog funeral.
Hello?
Hi, good morning. I'm looking for Wendy.
Yeah, this is Wendy.
Hi, Wendy. This is Ray DiLorenzo calling from Forest Lawn in Doraville. How are you?
I'm fine.
Good. I'm calling about the dog. Did you get our message yesterday?
No, what are you talking about?
Well, the dog that you hit with your automobile. We had the funeral. That was in the last couple of days, and I called you for the bill, outstanding $627.
What?
Yes. Did you not get our message yesterday?
No. No.
I'm sorry. You hit a dog in your car. The services were held, and we had a very nice funeral, and from what I understand from the owners, the bill was to go to you.
Well, yeah. I hit a dog. They told me that, everything was taken care of.
No, everything has not been taken care of. I understood that it would be taken care of by you. Let me run this by you. We had the embalming and the makeup job.
Makeup for a dog?
Yes. You see, it was a full funeral. State law requires in Georgia that any dog over 100 pounds has to have a funeral. We rented mourners.
The dog has to have a funeral?
Yes, we had Gainsburgers that we broke up into little pieces and threw onto the little dog.
I've never heard of anything like that.
Well, it is true. We had a large makeup job. The owners wanted a nice look, so we starched the tail and put a rather nice panting look on the dog's face. And we are Forest Lawn. I am Ray DiLorenzo. I think I did a very nice job.
It's the stupidest thing I ever heard of. I'm not
paying $600 for a dog's funeral.
Well, wait a minute. You hit the dog here, Wendy.
I don't even know this dog, okay?
Well, I know that, but who is going to be responsible for $627 to Forest Lawn of Doraville?
I mean, I'm sorry that it happened, okay?
Yeah.
But I'm not paying $600 for a dog to have a funeral and mourners and makeup and stuff.
Well,
I mean, I'm just
yeah,
not.
I understand. I don't know why you're being so ambivalent. Who is going to pay for this?
This is like the stupidest thing I have ever heard in my life.
No, the stupidest thing is that you're on Candid Phone on Star 94. This is Steve McCoy.
What a bunch of shit.
Hey, Beverly is busting your chops this morning.
Beverly did this?
Yes, your friend Beverly.
Beverly?
Yeah.
She is such a bitch.
You're on Candid Phone. Good morning from the Steve McCoy Morning Show.
Maureen McCormick is with us today. She's written a book that's going to be at the top of it's got to be a bestseller, I'm telling you. Here's the story. Steve's been reading the book. He's gone through everything, and he said that you kind of had a crush on every single person, every single guy that was
every
ever
single
on the
guy
show.
that came in contact with you on the show, you had a crush on.
I did. I was a teenager. My hormones were going crazy.
Guys like Jack Klugman, you talk about how they were filming on the
gosh.
set next door, and I thought, my gosh, he has to be as old as your dad at that time.
I know, but he was so sexy and wonderful. And
Wait a minute, Jack Klugman?
I find him very, very sexy. I had a crush on older men.
Let's go to the phones. Hi, Jay. You're on with MARSHA Brady. Can you believe it?
No, I certainly can't.
Hi, Jay.
Hello, Ms. McCormick. Maureen, I had the biggest crush on you growing up in the early 70s. Those were my favorite years.
Oh, me too. They were great, weren't they?
Maureen, they were absolutely wonderful. I loved you and adored you as MARSHA. You are absolutely my dream girl.
Oh, well, thank you. That's so sweet.
Yeah. Anyways, Maureen, I wanted to ask you specifically your relationship with, the other stars, what was it like working with Robert Reed and Florence, and also with your sister siblings, with Eve and Susan?
It was fantastic working with everyone. I loved them all so much. Bob Reed was a hero of mine because he would fight for reality on the show. When he was upset with something, he'd walk off the set. And I always was secretly applauding him, just going, yeah, Bob, go for it. Because I couldn't say anything. I was just a kid and no one would listen to me.
He was a serious actor who kind of took umbrage with the producers at some of the silliness of the plots and that sort of thing. And he was hoping that they, and in fact, you write in the book, the very last Brady Bunch episode, he's not in because he walked off the set. He wouldn't do it.
He
right?
did.
He was mad.
He refused to do it. He thought the premise of the show was just so incredibly stupid. But I, was really, really good friends. Eve, while I was doing the show, was really my best friend. And Barry, we were all friends.
Who are you the closest to now as far as all the kids? Is there somebody you...
Everybody except for Eve.
Oh, really?
What happened?
She won't talk to you?
No.
Oh, why?
Yeah.
I haven't gotten that far in the book. So.
Yeah. I really don't know. I made a joke one time on a late night talk show because there's been all this sexual jokes about the Brady Bunch and everyone sleeping with each other and the movies and, everything that's come out.
Oh, you did a thing about that you kissed her,
Well, I did kiss her.
Yeah.
But it was just as a friend.
Yeah.
I kissed her, I kissed Susie, I kissed Andy, I kissed Florence, I kissed them all. And
Jan never liked you, MARSHA. She was always jealous.
I
know. Florence Henderson, you talk about in this book, wow, Florence Henderson is not like Mrs. Brady at all. You talk about becoming friends with her daughter at the time and spending time in the afternoon at pool parties. And Florence Henderson would come out and take her bathing suit off and swim naked in the pool in front of you guys. So she didn't mind skinny dipping.
No, she was great. That's what she lives for, is having fun and good times. And she's just a wonderful, wonderful lady.
Were they parental to you at all on the set, Robert Reed and Florence Henderson?
They definitely were, for the early years, and then they became more like friends.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah.
Did she like that hairstyle? She couldn't possibly have liked the hair.
I think she did. I
really?
mean, because at the time, why would she have worn it?
I just figured they made her.
But that was the style at the time.
Yeah. It's so funny to look at it now and to see the hairdo that she wore. Because you would think, oh, my gosh, why would anyone do that? But I think at the time it was really kind of hot.
Now, the famous episode of you getting hit in the nose with the football, you write about in the book, how many takes was that?
It was too many takes.
Like 30-some takes.
Yeah. Everyone on the set was was throwing the football at my nose.
and they were throwing like a Nerf football at you.
Yes, they had just come out with Nerf things.
Yeah.
So they had this Nerf football made up, and Chris was finally the one to get it right on the nose.
And the makeup job, when you look at it today, was so bad.
Wasn't it bad? I know. It was really, really bad. It's really strange, too. In my real life, the night that show aired, I was in a car accident, and I thought I had broken my nose.
Oh, no.
Yeah. It was very...
Karma.
Yeah.
That's really strange.
It was very strange.
My gosh.
Maureen McCormick with us on the Steve and Vikki Show, B98.5 FM. Rosemarie, what's your question for Maureen?
I wanted to ask you, where were your parents when all this was going on? Were they not supportive?
Yeah, they were very, very supportive, but there was a lot of things that were going on at my own house that I write about in the book. And really, when I was involved with drugs, I didn't see them a lot. I would only see them when I wasn't high, and I hid it very, very well. I hid it from a lot of people for a lot of years.
You talk about after those Brady years, you got into cocaine quite heavily, and you were high a lot of the times. You auditioned in front of Steven Spielberg for Raiders of the Lost Ark, I think, and you were high at that point, so you felt like that kind of did. What turned it around for you then? What was your wake up moment?
Faith, believe in God, some really good friends in my life, meeting my husband. Those were all things that really
helped you through it.
Me. Yeah.
Do you talk to young actresses and actors and try to tell them that this is not the way to go? Because also, and I know we got to get into news shortly, but Steve was telling me in the book that there's a moment when you're walking on the set where you're trying to hold your stomach in because you felt like you were fat, and really you were a little girl.
I know. And isn't it weird that back then, even then, in the 70s, that women were so consumed with their body image?
You needed Lori Partridge as your BFF, and then everything would have been...
I did. That would have been great.
Hung with the Partridge family, maybe, on their bus or something.
Exactly. I wanted to, actually, in real life.
Well, Maureen, very nice to meet you. Thank you for being a part of our lives. I mean, you talk about wanting to be part of the Partridge family. I think we all watched the Bradys and the Partridges and wanted to be
you
in those families.
I wanted to be you. Loved your hair.
Thank you. I love yours.
Chicks be
Picks.
BFFs together.
Okay.
Well, I hope you had some fun looking back at some of the memories from Star 94 days. It was fun for me to listen to some of that, too. So I hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back again with our live show, another live show, Christmas show. It'll be our big holiday Christmas show. Tommy and Vikki will be joining me for that. So I hope you'll join us every week. Tell your friends. If you'd like to advertise on the podcast, that's certainly available, too. Just give me a ring at 404-831-9999 is my phone number. And you reach 11,000 people weekly. Not a bad deal at all. We'll see you again next week. Bye, everybody. Be safe.